Hello dear friends, in this session we are going to understand how to design and write a font formatting dialog in C#.NET and how to use the selected font in font formatting dialog for text formatting. Here is the output of this program that we are going to design. So a simple form is designed on which a multi-line text box is added, on which we can type anything as per the requirement, and we want to set the font to this text. For that we have designed here format menu, and inside that font menu is there. Once I select this font menu, font dialog will appear, design font dialog will appear, and in the designed font dialog I can select the font. Here we are going to understand how to get the installed font in system, how to add in combo box. This is a simple combo box. How to add a installed font in combo box. This is also combo box. Here we have added a font style like regular, italic, and the third combo box is used for getting the font size. So these are the three different combo boxes added here, and using those combo boxes we are going to get the input, and according to the font and font style that we have selected, our font will format it. Then when I click on the OK button, when I click on this OK button, so this is the font style is created using this font name, style and size. And when I use the OK button, so this font style will be applied to this text formatting. So let's see how to design such simple application in C#.NET using Windows application. So for that, so I have installed Visual Studio 2019 in this machine. I am going to open the Visual Studio 2019 here. Once it open, it asks for the project name. There you have to create the new project. Then you have to choose the Windows application, Windows form application. Then you have to specify the name of your project. My font demo app. You can give the valid name to your project. After creating the project, a project will be added in Visual Studio, and then we can design the project as per the requirement. So here Visual Studio is open, and inside that a project is added. Here first we want to change the text that is there on title bar. So for that I am moving towards the property window. I am giving here my notepad. After that I want to add a text box here for text formatting, for adding text. For that I am moving towards the common control and then choosing the text box. I want to make it multi-line, so I have to select it multi-line. Then I need to attach this text box to this form, so I need to use the dock property. Through that I can fill the text box throughout the form. So I am choosing here dock property. I am using fill property, so text box is added here. So after that I want to design a simple menu. So how can I design menu? For designing menu, I need to move toward the menus and toolbar tab, and inside that menu strip control is there. I need to double click on it, and then I am giving here format. I am also applying the shortcut. If I use Alt plus F, format menu will open, and inside that I am adding the font dialog, font option. So when I click on this font option, I want to open the new font dialog, or the font dialog that we are going to design. And using that font dialog we have to get the input, and whatever the input we have selected there, we want to apply the formatting to this font formatting to this text box. So for that again I am going to design a new form. So for adding new form, I have to right click on the project, then choose add, then select the Windows form. Then there I have to select the Windows form application. Then we need to specify the form name, font dialog. I am giving here font dialog, my font dialog.cs. Then you have to click on this add option. After that, a new form is added. On this form we have to design the combo box. So for designing the combo box, I am again moving toward the common control, and then I am getting the combo box here. So when I design the combo box, the default size of the combo box is default, drop down style is drop down. So we have to change the style of the combo box. So for that we have drop down style property. So here is the drop down style property. Default size is drop down. If I select the drop down list, it will display like this. We can only select the atoms from the drop down list, and if I select the symbol, it displays like this. Then I can design the combo box as per the requirement. Okay, I am making the copy of this combo box 2 times. So this is for font style and this is for font size. Okay, then I am going to design the labels, font name, font style and font size. So for that I am going to design the label. So here I have designed the label. On this label I want to add the text, font name, font name. Then I am going to copy this label, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. We can use the shortcut for making copy. Then again I am giving font style text to this. Then again I am making copy of it, font size, okay. After that again I am going to copy the same label. So and this label I am adding here. So before that I am going to add one group box. So for that container option is there, inside that group box option is there. I am adding here group box, and to this group box I am adding the text, style. Then inside this group box I am going to add one label. So for adding label I can simply copy the existing label there and keeping the label here. Then I am keeping this label here, and I am changing the text property of this label, sample text. So here we want to display the sample text, whatever the font we have added here and selected there. According to that we want to display the style of the font here. So after that I want to design one OK button. So here I am adding the OK button. Giving the text OK on this button. Okay, so this is the simple form that we have designed, and then we can directly move toward the code. Once the form is loaded, we want to add all the installed font in this first combo box. This is combo box 1, this is combo box 2 and this is 3. In combo box 2 I want to add the styles like regular, bold italic and italic. So for that I can directly add those fixed style from the atoms property of this combo box. So I am selecting this second combo box first and I am adding the atoms inside this combo box. For adding atoms, there is atoms property. In front of atoms property there is browse button. When I click on the browse button, a window will appear. In the window I am adding here regular, then bold, then italic and then bold italic. Okay, so this will be added in this combo box. Then in this third combo box I want to add the font style from 6 to 100. So for that I can use loop when the form is loading. So I will add the all sizes there using the for loop. And to the first combo box I have to first take the installed font and I can add the installed font in this combo box. So how to add the installed font? So for that I am double clicking on this title bar. So I will get the form load event, my dialog load event. Then inside this load event I am using font collection. Installed font collection is a class, so we have to create the object of this installed font collection object class. So here I am using the collection equal to new installed font collection. Okay, to this install font collection, so this package is required, system.drawing.text. If this package is not added here, some error may occur. So you have to add the package using system.drawing.text first for using this installed font collection class. If this package is not added here, it shows the error like this. If such error is occurred, you can click on the error. Once you click on the error, it will show you the window like this, show potential fixes. Using this you can directly import the package. So when we click on the import potential fixes, it will show you the package that is to be added in the program. So here is the package that you have to add in the program. I am selecting it. Once I selecting it, the package will automatically added there. Okay, or first you can add the package and then you can write the installed font collection class. After that we can directly use the for each loop for getting all the fonts. So for that, font family is a class. Font family F as F in collection dot families. So this is the syntax of this for each loop. Font family is what? Font family is again a class. We have created the object of this font family and we are getting all the families of font installed font collection, font families. One by one it will gives you the family, font family, and we will add those family in combo box. So how to add those family in combo box? So for that we have designed combo box. To add the atoms in combo box, we have atoms property, then atoms dot add property we have to use, then f dot name. If you want to get the font name, here you have to choose the f dot name property. Using this f dot name you can add all the installed font which is there in system. So when I run this program, you will find all the installed font in combo box 1. So when I click on this font option, the font will be there. So first we have to write the code for displaying the combo box, displaying the font dialog box. We have not written the code for that. We will first check whether it displaying the font in combo box or not. So for that, so I am moving toward the first form, Then I'm writing the code for this font menu. After double clicking it, a menu tool strip menu item function will be added there. So to this function I need to write a code. So my font is a dialog, my font dialog, my font dialog is our class, font is equal to new my font dialog. Okay, so we have created the object, and then f dot show dialog is a function. F dot show dialog is a function, or show, you can use show instead of show dialog. Okay, show dialog is required when you want to get something from the dialog as a input to your application. Generally we use show dialog. Okay, so when I use show dialog, the form will be the modal dialog. Okay, then modal dialog is what? The dialog need to be closed before performing any other options available in our program. Such dialog is called modal dialog. Or modal less dialog is what? The dialog need not to be closed before performing any operation in our project. So I am opening the form as a dialog. So it is a modal dialog. So we need to close this before entering the actual text in text box. So we'll see whether the dialog is working or not. So here, after executing the program, so when I click on this format font dialog, format font option, of all the installed font is available added here. Whatever the font available in the system, installed font available in system is added in this combo box. And when I click on the font, selected font will be added in the text box. This combo box comes with text box and list box. Okay, so then when I select the style is added here. Okay, then first we have to add the size here, font style. And when we select all the font name, style and size, we want to apply this font name, size and style to this sample text. So first I am going to add the size here. So how to add the size? To add the size, the similar code we need to write in my font dialog, form load event. Okay, so I am directly writing here a simple for each loop, for loop for integer I equal to 6. I am adding the font style from 6. I is less than equal to 100. I am adding the font style up to 100. Then I plus plus. Then combo box 3 dot, combo box 3 is our combo box for that we have designed for adding the size. Combo box 3 dot atoms dot add, then I, you can use here I. So after that font style will be added there. We can check now whether the font style is displaying there or not. Okay, so when I click on this, font style is added here. So what things we need to do after this? So when we click on this font style, font size, font style and font name, so whatever the font name, size and style and size we need to take, and we have to create a new font, and those font we have to apply to this label. A label font means we have to set the label font to the selected font. So using this input we can create a new font. So for creating new font, we have a font class in C#.NET, and using font class we can create a new font. This font class requires 3 parameters. One is font name, second one is font style, and third one is font size. Or we can also use only font name and size also. You need not to use style. But we are getting here 3 input for font, creating font, and once we create the font we want to apply this font to this label. So how to apply the font to this label, that we are going to understand here. So for that, so I am going to create 3 different label in this form. One is I am going to create variables in global area. first variable I am going to create is font name. F name is equal to blank, or the default form I want to add here, Arial default form. Whatever the default form you want, the name of the font you can add here, Arial. If the no font is selected, the default font for the label will be Arial, or you can keep the default font. You can check the default font for the label. So the default font for this label is, how can we check the default font? Using the font property, you can check the default font. Here the default form added here is Microsoft Sans Serif. You can just copy the default font from here. I am simply copying the default font name here, and I am specifying that default value of the label, default font name of this label is MS Sans Serif. So I am giving here Microsoft Sans Serif. Okay, then I am creating a second variable called float font size is equal to, I am using the default font size as 10. Then the third variable I am going to create is font style. Okay, and to this font style I am using the regular. Okay, so these three variables I have created here. So after that, what I have to do is, so I need to take the input when the combo box is selected. When the user select this combo box, when user select this combo box, whatever the text which is there, when the user click on the combo box, we want to get the selected font name. So how can we get the selected font name? So for that I am double clicking on this combo box. So after that, combo box selected index changed function will be added there, and inside that function I am writing here f name is equal to combo box 1 dot text. Whatever the text which is added there, text will be selected there. We are getting that text in f name. Then similar to that, when user select this combo box, to this combo box I am getting the font style is equal to combo box font style equal to combo box 2 dot text. Then similar to that, I am getting the font size when double click on this third combo box, or when double click on this third combo box 3 selected index change function will be added, and in that I am writing the code f size equal to float dot parse. We want to take this value as a float value because font size is always float. Then combo box 3 dot text, we are getting the text which is selected in combo box 3 as a font style, font size, and we are converting that text as a float value and assigning that value to f size. Then we have taken these three values. After that, what we have to do is, so when we click on any combo box, so whatever the text is there or whatever the selected text, according to that selected font name or selected text, we have to create a font. So again I am moving toward this first combo box, and I am going to create one font object. Font is an object, is a predefined font is a predefined class. I have created the object of font class, and using this font class we can create the new font. So to this class, while creating the object of this class, we can pass the three parameters to this constructor. First parameter is font name. So here are the different parameters that we can pass to this combo box. First is a font name, we can specify the string font name, then float font size. So here I am specifying the font name, then font name we have taken as the input. Here is the font name. Then font size is what? Font size we already taken in f size variable, f size. Then the third variable is font style. So for the font style we have to check the font style dot regular. These are the font style: regular, bold, italic, underline, etc. But when we want to apply this regular style, if the font selected is regular, if the font style selected is regular, so for that I am checking here if the f style is equal to regular, f style equal to regular, then create the regular style font, font f equal to new font, f name is size, and font style dot regular. Then similar to that, if font style is equal to bold, means we have selected the bold value in the second combo box, then this condition will be true. And if the condition is true, then we have to create the bold style font. So for that I am using here bold. Similar to that, I have to write a third condition for italic. If the style is italic, I need to create the italic style font, italic. Then similar to that, if I selected bold italic, then bold italic. If the text selected in combo box second is bold italic, then I have to create the font style as bold italic. So how can we create the font style as bold italic? We can concatenate the two or more style using this font style class, font style dot italic. Okay, so in this way we can create a font style of italic and bold, font style dot bold. If I want both italic and bold, then I have to concatenate using the or operator, font style dot italic or font style dot bold, but both the style will be added to this font. So this font we need to apply to label. So how can we apply this font to label? So we want to apply this font to label. So for applying the font to label, so which is the label that we have designed there? First we have to see the label. So this is the here is the label. To this label we want to apply the font. So name of this label is what? Name of this label is label 4. The label 4 we want to apply the font. So again I am double clicking on this and I am writing code like this: label 4 dot font equal to f. So here is the font that we have created. The font is of this f name, of this size and this style. So here is the font. We have created a new font. We can refer this new font as f, and we are directly applying this font name, font style to label font. So we can directly apply the font using this font property, label 4 dot font equal to f. The same line I am writing here. Okay, so this is the code for combo box 1. Again the similar code we need to write for combo box 2 and 3. The similar code we need to write for combo box 2 and 3. We have declared these variable f style, f name and f size in global area. So same code we can write for combo box 2 and 3. So I am making the copy of this code. I am just copying this code, okay, and then I am moving toward the second combo box. I am directly pasting that code here. So I need not to use this f name here. I am getting here f style. Okay, whatever the style is there, I am getting the f style, font style. Then again I am adding the same code to the third combo box. Okay, here I need not to get the font name again. So once I written the code for this all the combo box, then I can check whether the font that we have designed is working or not. So when I click on the font dialog will appear, and when I click on this here, now the font name is changing, bold is also working, and then size is also working here. Means according to the code that we have performed, all these things is working. So what I have written here, when I click on this combo box, I am changing the fname value of fname variable. When I click on this combo box, then I changing the f style variable, and when I click on this third combo box, I am changing the f size variable. So whatever the value of f name, f style and f size, we are getting those value. We have creating a new font using those values, and we are simply applying the font to this label. We are creating a new font and we are applying that new font to this label. After that, what we have to do is, when we click on the OK button, we want to apply this font style to this text box. When I enter something into the text box, so the same font style to be applied to the text that is entered in the text box. So for that I need to write the code for this OK button. To this OK button, I need to access the text box available on form 1. So this is the form 1 and this is my font dialog form. This is second form, this is first form. From the second form, I need to access the text box available on first form. From second form, I need to access the text box on first form. So while opening this form, how we are opening this form? We are opening this form using this font option. While opening this form, we need to pass the object of the first form to second form. We need to pass the object of first form to second form, so that using the second form I can directly access the first form. And if I object on second form, if I have an object of first form in second form, using those objects I can directly access the text box. If the text box is public, then this text box need to be public. I need to create this text box as a public. Using the modifier property, I can convert this text box as a public. So first we need to convert this text box as a public, then we need to pass the object of first parameter to the second form, object of first form to second form as a parameter. So let's see how to do it. Then so first I am moving toward the design window. Then I have selected this text box. I am moving toward the modifier property. So modifier property default value is private, so I am changing this value public. So then after that, when I select this option, I am double clicking on this option. The code that we have written is like this. Before opening the form, we have to pass the object this to this dialog, show dialog. So what we are doing here is, so this is the object of this current form. This is the object of this current form. We cannot, instead of passing this here, I am passing this object here. Okay, I am passing this object here, means I am creating the object of my font dialog. Means this is the second form. We have created the object of second form here, and to the second form we need to pass the object of this first form. So this is our first form. Okay, we are currently in form 1, so we need to pass the object of this form 1 to this my font dialog. So after passing the object, it giving the error because there is no constructor written in the form who accept the object of this form. So I can fix the error by writing the another constructor who accept the parameter, or I can directly add the constructor by using the show potential fixes option. Here is the option generate constructor in my dialog. So constructor will automatically generate it there. So I am using this option. So after this error will disappear and the constructor is added in the form. So how the constructor is added in this form, we will look towards it. Again I am double clicking on it. So here is the constructor that is automatically added. Before that the constructor is not there. So this was the only default constructor. So this is another parameterized constructor is added in this form. So after this parameterized constructor, again I need to call this initialize component function. I need to call this initialize component function. Okay. So then I am changing the variable here, calling form, name of the variable here, calling form. I am calling it as a calling form, and instead of this I am writing like this, form1 equal to, form1 is a variable declared here, or we can access this dot form1, this dot form1, form1 equal to calling form calling form as form1, calling form as form1. So I am writing like that, calling form as form1. So instead of that, so I am writing like this. Okay. So after that I have called initialize component function, so that component will be initialized and we will be able to get the form here. So using this form1 object, we can access the form1 controls, form1's control. We have to access the form1's text box for changing the font of text box. So I am using here form1. Okay. So where I need to write the code, I need to write the code to this OK button. So I am moving toward the OK button. What code I need to write? The similar code. What similar code? Whatever the code we have written in the combox 3 or combox 1 or any combox, whatever the code which are there, I am simply copying the same code, written on any of the combo box selected, index changed. Okay, I have copied this code. Then I am simply adding the code here, then again we have created the font and all these things, but so we need not to apply the font to label here. Instead of this, we want to apply this font to form1's text box. Okay, whatever the font is created here, this font we want to apply to the text box of first form. So instead of assigning the same font to the label, so we can write the code like this. Form1 is what? Is the object of first form dot text box. Text box is designed there and which is public text box. We have make it public using the modifier property, and I am changing the font of this text box equal to F. Okay, so in this way I can directly change the font of the text box there. So instead of that, I can directly write the same code for every style. So here is the code that we need to write, and after that we need to close the form. After that we need to close this my dialog form. So how can we close the my dialog form? We can simply close the my dialog form when we click on OK. Okay, so how can we close the my dialog form? By writing this dot close function. Okay, so let's see whether it's working or not. So here is the output. So I am adding something here, then I am choosing this font option. I am getting the font as per my requirement. I am using this, then bold or bold italic, and choosing this 22, and then after that I am using this OK button. Okay. After I using this OK button, a font is applied here, and in the same font I can directly continue my typing. Okay, so in this way we can design our own font dialog, and we can apply the font selected there on font dialog as a for the text formatting. Okay, I hope you understand this.